Welcome back to Mrs. Olson's Wretched Repair Shop. Today we're going to be going over drumstick taping and some absolutely ridiculous ways you can tape your drumsticks.
Mrs. Olson's Wretched Repair Shop!
So why do we tape drumsticks in the first place? Typically you're only going to want to tape your marching band sticks. You really don't need to tape any sort of concert band or drum set sticks. There are two main reasons for this. One is taping your sticks adds longevity to the life of the drumstick. They are not cheap. If you're not using Vic Firth, what are you even doing? If you don't tape them, what winds up happening is the area where the kids are rim-shotting gets all chewed up. It looks like a beaver's been gnawing on it, and they break easier. It looks bad. The kids can even get splinters from it, and it's just gross. Another reason a lot of people tape sticks is it creates differentiation of color between the uniform and the stick. If you have a darker color uniform, it can get lost. So white is a very common color choice to get that stick to pop from the uniform. And another reason to tape your sticks is it looks really cool. I typed the subject into YouTube and I found this incredible video made by the Grid Book series. I'm going to put the link below, and it goes into immense detail on the how and why of taping your sticks. And after you finish watching this video, you should definitely go check out that video for even more detail. The folks at the Grid Book also created this incredible visual. Here are the 4 most common ways that people tape their sticks. This is the wrap that I always use, and I think it's the best because it's a happy medium between the stick being wrapped to preserve the life of the stick, but also leaving the bottom half of the bottom third of the stick as the wood, so it feels like you're holding a drumstick. As far as stick tape goes, it's just electrical tape. So don't get caught up in needing to find stick tape. It's electrical tape. You can find it at any hardware store or on Amazon or eBay or anywhere like that. So on a Vic Firth drumstick, your fulcrum is going to be right around the flag. So I start my tape just above the flag. And I try and make sure I have a nice level starting point. I do 1 full rotation, making a nice clean line, and then you start angling upward. Typically, I rotate the stick more than trying to tape around the stick. And as far as overlap, I only overlap each layer very minimally. Let me get a couple rounds here and I'll show you. I only overlap by just a little bit. There are multiple ways you can do it and multiple, schools of thought on it. If you want to hear all of those different variations, watch that video I was telling you about. They go into detail with how much overlap versus resonance versus whatever. I think it looks really clean with just a little bit of overlap. You get that nice consistent pattern, and I think it looks really sharp. So again, I'm more rotating the stick and just adding more tape as I go, rotating. And if you mess up, it's so easy to just peel back and keep it even and consistent. It does get tiring to do a lot of these because you are holding kind of tensely as you're doing it, because you don't want to stretch the tape, but you don't want it to just be loose either. You want a nice, firm, even, like I'm kind of pulling the tape away from the stick as I do this a little bit, just to stretch it out and get it really even. When you get all the way to the top, I usually do 1 more lap just to make sure. And then I cut a nice straight line, and you've got a nicely wrapped stick. So as you can see, from the base of the tip all the way to the fulcrum, it's taped, but the actual drumming, you're still getting that feeling of holding a drumstick. I've also noticed when the kids get sweaty and sunscreeny at marching band, if you tape the whole stick, it gets kind of just gross, and if it's white, it gets all discolored and sticky and gross. So I just prefer to have my sticks wrapped like this. Something you may want to consider, totally personal preference and up to you. If your snares play traditional grip, if you don't want their grip on the tape, you might want to consider bumping that portion up on your snare sticks, taping only maybe from here up. If you want them holding stick, honestly, most people aren't probably going to care or pay that much attention. It's really personal preference. So most of the time, this is what you see, plain white, which is totally fine. Especially if you're really into competition, it looks really sharp, everyone's the same, nothing flashy. It's just very, safe and traditional. However, for the rest of this video, I'm going to show you some crazy stick taping patterns, techniques, colors, whatever. I'm gonna show you these things. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration if you're doing a show that's kind of different, or maybe you have a theme for your show or your season and you want to do something different. Hopefully you can get some cool ideas from these kind of wacky sticks. The regular. The tube sock. The marching lancer tube sock. The bumblebee. The Bob Marley. The firebird. The candy cane. Mikey no likey. The drumstick formerly known as Prince. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? The citrus rush. Got my orange crush. The barber pole.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
The Rhapsody in Blue. The Abbey Road. The Roy G. Biv. The lightsaber.
Do it.
The Pez. Okay, so most of those were ridiculous and you're probably not going to use them, but hey, it was fun and maybe you did learn something along the way, so feel free to like and subscribe if you would like to see more of these videos. Thanks!